How should I react when recently a certain quote-unquote big rabbi gave a shiur, a class recently, on how it's wrong to demand Moshiach? Meaning, how it's wrong to say, we want Moshiach now. Well, we learn from the Rebbe and take this approach. Anon poli yemama anan. We are day workers. Our job is not to fight darkness and not to argue and debate issues. Is to bring light to this world. So first of all, when the Rebbe says something, we have all the places, the shoulders. We're going on an eiserne brick, on an iron, indestructible bridge. A Rebbe, the son-in-law of, in a direct chain, all the way back to the Alter Rebbe, all the way back to the Maral, all the way back to Moshe Rabbeinu, ish mepi ish, a Nosi Ador, who knows the Torah, knows the Halacha, knows all the things that anyone else may bring. So we have a full authority that says it, and that should be enough. Obviously, the Rebbe wants Nasav and Nishma also to understand. So the Rebbe brings sources. In the mid-mems, when the Rebbe spoke very strongly about L'shuascha kavinu kol hayom, for your salvation, I kavinu, I wait. It's not just waiting passively. Machake lebiyase, says the Rambam. Not just we wait and we hope that Mashiach will come, or we believe that he will come. But it's an active waiting, even demanding, and the Rebbe brought a chidah and other sources. Now demanding, we demand in davening also. We ask God we beseech God, please, please, in all tefillas, heal our sick, give us parnasa. So why when it comes to Mashiach can't we make some sort of demand? Now when a demand, we're not talking about a demand in chutzpah in the wrong way. On the contrary, you're the one, you, God, created the world. You created for a purpose. Lo lemanenu lemancha. Do it for yourself. Why should it be the case that the Seinu Yisrael should say, Ayeh Elekechem? Lo meyem regoyim, Ayeh Elekechem. You're the one that promised that Mashiach will come. We have done everything we can do. We'll continue doing. So that's the tone. And anyone who heard the Rebbe speak about this and reads the Rebbe Sichos, without any agenda and without any political or other motives or preconceived notions, it's very clear. And you see how it's awakened so many people in songs, in music, including like Ba'emer, that we are actively remembering and not forgetting that we're in Galus, and actively demanding, seeking and demanding that the Geula come. And it's not just about a Geula. This is also critical. I think many people misunderstand. They think the Geula is some type of like retirement village. So how can we demand a retirement village? The Geula is the fulfillment of God's purpose in existence. So you're telling God, we demand that your purpose, what you wanted in creating existence, should be fulfilled. Anyone who learns Chassidus and understands that clearly understands. It's like demanding the revelation of godliness in this world. To ignore that and be passive is like saying, okay, no problem that God is concealed, no problem that God's promises are not fulfilled. It's a misunderstanding of the whole concept of Mashiach. In the words of the Rambam, if we want pure halacha, without even using words of Chassidus, that the completion of doing mitzvahs, to do mitzvahs completely can only be when Mashiach comes and the Beis HaMikdash is restored. So we're talking about a completion of serving Hashem. That's what we're talking about here. And I can go on and on. The same thing is with the Rebbe was criticized as a leader for sending shluchim out, for different, the Rebbe didn't like the word kiruv, we won't use the word kiruv, mivtzoyim, and so on. What do you see then? Not only has it brought so many Yidden and so many people back to God into Yiddishkeit, you see others replicating it. Now, is there jealousy? Is there misunderstanding? Is there ignorance? There's plenty of it. So we have to be informed to be able to answer. When someone brings it up, you have to determine if it's lekanter, so no matter what you explain to the person, they don't listen because they're just so convinced, then probably best is just to avoid arguing. So it's mitzvah, it says damash toshiv, you should know what to answer. Doesn't mean you have to always answer. And sometimes al tan b'avlose. In other words, sometimes it's important you have to actually answer because you just may get caught up in an entangled debate that doesn't go anywhere, especially when pride and ego and condescension and judgment is in play. But you have to know what to answer. and everything has a source. Nothing is just comes from nowhere. Lag B'Omer parades were criticized by some. And you go back and understand the Rashbi, Yom Simchase, the connection to children. And you come to realize this is all saturated with Kedusha and Torah mitzvahs. And it adds in Torah Avedim Mils Chasadim, as we see B'Poel. So you have to look at the whole picture here. And the fact that there's distrust or there's previous stereotypes or previous toxins that some people have to Chabad or to the Rebbe, that's their problem, not our problem. But we still have to be spreading light. As I said, we're day workers, and we have to do everything possible to illuminate, to educate, to inspire. And when we do that, especially through Chassidus, all through light and through kindness and positive ways, Dvorim hayetzim min halev nichnasim al halev. And emes me'eretz titzmach, words from the heart enter the heart, and the truth will ultimately prevail.